Hey guys, Jarek here, and I'm actually here at Furlandia in Portland. This was 2013, the first time FurCon has actually showed up in Portland. I've been wondering for a long time why we haven't had a FurCon, and one's finally here, so let's go ahead and walk around. Oh, and it's worth pointing out that it's about 6 o'clock at this point, so a lot of people have left, and there's lots of people here than usual. Right, so here's where we had laser tag earlier. As for right now, it's getting set up for dancing and whatnot.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! The blue team takes the lead. I'm quite excited. Need some help, Amy? Need some help, Amy? Back again. You need glasses. That's good. Back again.
Honestly, when I first stepped into University Hotel where they had the FurCon, the first thing I noticed was this guy. Not because of his fursuit, but because of the jersey he was wearing. And then I immediately had a conversation about the Blazers with him. If you live in Portland, you cannot escape the Blazers, nor should you ever want to. So unfortunately it's pretty late, and all the artist gallery and whatnot has been closed down, along with the game room, which was down there, but no one's really in there anymore. They have video games, card games, stuff like that. After the FurCon, we went across downtown, went over to Pioneer Square, had some sushi, and this is what I recorded when I was waiting for the bus to go back home. Sorry I didn't record more than what I got, but my primary focus for going to this FurCon wasn't really to record a whole lot. I wasn't really getting paid to record a whole lot. I was mainly just going to have fun. I've been in the fandom for a very, very long time at this point. It's been 14 years. I got into the fandom very young in 5th grade. Portland, I've lived in Portland my whole life, so you could say this is something that I really wanted to see happen for a long time. And I definitely wanted to see this happen every year, so I wanted to support it on its first year, because if it doesn't really get the support it needs on the first year, it won't come back next year. And I'll be damned if I'm not going to enjoy it or miss it. As for my thoughts on Furlandia itself, it pretty much went exactly as I expected it to. Portland isn't really a gigantic city. The metro area is a little bit over 3 million people. However, combine that with the fact that this is the first year Furlandia has actually happened, and I didn't really expect it to be too gigantic. Of course, it will always have room to grow. There's a lot more things that could have happened there, but definitely it went pretty smoothly, and it did have a decent showing. The overall vibe was good, everyone was talking, everyone was having a fun time, there were small events, there were things happening, artists showed up, so overall it went pretty well. It wasn't gigantic as I've said, but it's definitely something that I do want to see happen every single year, so if one of these show up in your hometown, definitely go to it and try to support it. Funny story about this FurCon, I didn't have a badge to take to this FurCon to kind of show what I was supposed to be. So I took this picture, which if you don't know, this is supposed to be my persona, and it should look very familiar to some of you old viewers. I use this as my RDA logo. It's been around for a long time. It has more significant meaning to me, and now this would explain that. So I had Komodo, one of my other roommates who is also in the fandom, text this image to me, and I put this on my shitty starter phone and used it as a ghetto badge. So it worked. It didn't really work very well, but it worked, and you manage with what you have. To all the other furs I saw at Furlandia and I met at Furlandia, go ahead and send me a message on FA. All you really need to say is I met you at Furlandia, and I'll go ahead and add you on a messenger, and we can just go ahead and talk from there. I'm definitely an overly social person when it comes straight down to it, even though a lot of people for some reason assume the complete opposite out of me when they see me online, but once they meet me in person, they kind of realize how social I actually am. Anyway, there's been my thoughts about Furlandia. I hope it comes back next year, and it will most likely be improved if it does come back next year, as there always is room to improve, as I've said before. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.